beefs with your ex-wife.
Let's talk about these bitches. A fiend for pop culture, and I have so much to say about these two women, much less these two women hanging out. That's not my niche. I do, though, still want to talk about Miss Sophie Turner and her soon-to-be ex-husband, Mr. Joe Jonas, aka Mr. Perfectly Fine. Of course, we have no idea the inner workings of this couple, their relationship, and what has ultimately led them to divorce. Today, a lawsuit was filed by Sophie Turner. And in that lawsuit, we know that Sophie is requesting for her 2 children to be returned to her in England, or to England. I guess we know she's in New York City, or was the other night with Taylor. And we also know from that lawsuit that there were issues between the two of them about where they would settle down, Sophie being from England and Joe being from the US. And that's what I want to talk about. As if they, with the means to have multiple homes and private jets, etc., are not immune to the strains of people being from 2 different countries on 2 different sides of an ocean, then neither are we. Personally, when I approach the dating world, I am very clear about not dating somebody who doesn't want to be in the same country as me. And I say this as somebody who has lived abroad for years, but is definitely not a dating coach. It's really important to be clear about where you want to live and where you will not live, because those things sometimes don't survive even the best relationships. I'm not willing to live in the US, so I'm not going to date somebody who has to or desperately wants to live there. To me, this is the same as children. I'm clear about if I want children or if I don't. And I'm also clear about where I will live and where I will not. Now, I have no idea. Maybe Sophie and Joe talked about this from the beginning, but I think that we as the public have known for a while that Sophie always wanted to move back to England. So I really hope they did talk about it. My advice is that if you are somebody who's living abroad and is in the dating world, be super clear about that for yourself. While I might not want to move back to the US, there may be a lot of people who are living abroad and always only see it as a temporary thing and always see themselves moving back, and they still date. And they still, I think that eventually that person is just going to come with them and it's just going to work out. But if you expect somebody else to be Joe and uproot their lives for you to a different country, be careful.